welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You join me as the loading screen is very much on. Richard.
Hello.
We're back at last after the delay.
We are.
There's nothing worse than a delay. We were going so well. I think I jinxed it by saying everything's going so smoothly.
I blame you. I hold you fully responsible.
Yeah, that's it. I would. Everybody else does.
I'll tell you what, I can't hold you responsible for. Have you seen how game number 2 went down?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's put Big Clan in a real tricky position, hasn't it? In fact, actually, there's quite a few in there. I mean, AAA obviously at the top because they won first game and they had a lot of kills in that game. They finished, I think, 8th in that second game as well, didn't they? They were quite out of it. I believe it was all of us that won it. All of us. All for us. All for us. Shall we? All for us.
Yourself and for everyone else. I'll give you a quick rundown while we've got this game booting up from top 15. So 15th place, it was big. Moving up, we had Ariel, then Faith at 13, Call It Karma at 12, Get Out of the Way at 11, Evolved at 10. Staying in the top 10, Tommy's Loot came in at 9th. Triple A dropped to 8th place with only 5 kills. Back from Zaki above them in 7th. G2 dropped to 6. Uronic Gaming move up to 5. Cool the Company and All For Us 4, 3, 2. And then the Meme Team at number 1. So this has completely changed up how we left things, Lee, when we kind of left that last one. And looking at this right now, how this kind of leads this on the positions, if I can just bring this up, it's changed things up. AAA is still in the lead, of course, but all of us in 2nd, G2 in 3rd, the Company 4th, back from Zaki moves into 5th, the Mean Team gets some big points with a win in 6th, Euronics Gaming in 7th, and seeing, you know, a couple of teams there, Tommy's Loot and Big down in 11th place and 13th overall, it's really changed things up and put a lot of pressure on these teams coming into this 3rd and potentially, well, final game.
Well, bigger 11th right now. So they I don't think anything more than a win. I mean, they're 280 points to get top 5. They need 390 points on top of obviously what the other team will get in this game. So I think they're looking at possibly needing a win to like really secure it, and I think they're going to know that as well. It's a lot of pressure on them. So let's have a look. It is a pretty decent drop overall. It's going to cover a decent portion of the map, and Georgie Paul obviously going to be a very busy one here, Rich.
Yep, let's take a look how this bird comes in then. Straight from the north, just to the left-hand side. Hits in at Zaki. One team moves over to Taverni. One team's actually going to go to Zaki as well. Get out of the way of everybody else. 1, 2, 3 teams potentially moving over to George. We could get an even spread here across crits. And one in the main town. Upper George will not be touched, potentially by one player. That's going to be thrown out. I was just having a look around. He's thinking, okay, he spoke to his teammates, and his teammates said, okay, we've got a lot of people going down across George. Hospitals are in sight as well. Euronics Gaming, I'm seeing Monkey and the boys in there also. So that's going to be rough there. AAA, we're also seeing AAA going to be down with Euronics Gaming. So Georgia Paul, we have to keep our eyes on that. The teams are split up. Shadow and Mighty Mellow again taking Hospital. Monkey's chasing. I tell you what, Lee, when you look at George now, everyone is very spread out. There's teams kind of all mixed up there. And we've actually got a few people this time, finally, people found the foot on Sosnov Karana. We've actually got a melee base drop.
Well, Shiv just picked up his teammate, Ox. So obviously AAA guys, but they're already taking shots. So somebody found a weapon. It was the General. It was an M16, so he took a couple of shots, didn't really successfully land them. But it does mean AAA are leaving certainly the area. They've obviously got Shadow in Hospital. It looks like they're gonna. Are they gonna head for the west side? I think they are. In which case they're gonna drive into Alimenti. I'm gonna keep my eye. Let's have a look at Alimenti. Danson and Alimenti up there. And yeah, they're gonna drive in the back side. They're gonna hear that. They're absolutely gonna hear that.
Circle has landed. Initial one. Let's give all the people at George some time to loot, time to get geared. Same goes for the people. School still not in sight. One over at apartments. Ross Hawk looking busy. We got 7 to 8 people down in there. Yasnaya's completely clean. The team over at Savernit, that's going to be big themselves. They'll be able to do a fair bit of looting. No one's going to touch them. Same for the guys over at the top there in Zaki. That's Coco and Mo.
Look at Milton.
Oh, Milt, I didn't even look down at Milt. Let's have a quick peek at that. Okay, so we still got some long flyers.
Yeah, long flyers and 2 vehicles. So 2 squads, actually. But the long flyers are going to be slower getting there.
That's really worrying for them.
Yeah, they've got to change direction. They can't go in there now because there's already somebody in the warehouse. Mr. Waco.
Thing is, though, it's quite evenly. When you're looking at that, they've still got one in the air. On the other team, they've got one in the air, and they've both got a vehicle each. Happy knocks out Bourbon, so we're going to see the first victim fall. That's going to be with the Mini 14. Let's find where that Skull and Crossbones is on the map. I'm just trying to have a look across. As we see, it's actually going to be Yasnaya. First victim falls in Yasnaya, and it looks like Hip-High right now with that Mini is doing some very, very nasty work up there.
Yeah, he's got a second one as well. Profile that you can see down. Wardax, his teammate, off in the distance. Is he going to leave? He's going to leave Proffer there? No, he's just popped out, I think, to finish him off. That's with the iron sights as well, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen him. Tag, tag, tag. Finally goes down. 556 does its job. So 2 kills then for this team. 10 points in the bag. Early doors, early game. Why the hell not? Who else we got over here in Yaz? We do have another team that has just pulled up to the party. One player is going to be looting on his own, so he'll be in a little bit of danger.
Shots in Rozhok, actually. This is the Swedes. It's actually Pitta that's taking shots. So there's a squad in the north side of Rozhok. It's up that back there. He's using those, obviously the 3-story building. I believe that's where he is. Oh, actually, no, he's on the balcony. He's on the balcony. He just dropped off the balcony. Seth Dre. Seth Dre 3000. Isn't that an Andre 3000? Isn't that what it is? Is it Bombs Over Baghdad or whatever that band was called?
They're actually going to be able to. They're not even going to push the advantage on this one. I think they're either trying to get an angle and sitting back. But I mean, when you look at them, there's some pretty decent gear. They've only got limited amounts of ammunition: 2 AKMs, a Mini, and an M16. So they can at least take these fights if they want. A couple of PMR and AR with them, so they'll move back. They'll actually move down and decide to not advance on this fight. Now, again, this is pressure on. This is game number 3. If you die, that's it. You're gonna screw your team. So you've got to stay alive in this one. They've opted to leave this battle, so the team over in Roz will be able and quite happy just to loot away. I'm looking back at how things are over at George. If we can take a look at this team, we've got one player on his own. The rest of his team have actually moved down past the hospital. Shadow's just going to get picked up, so we'll actually see Triple A here moving as a full roster. In fact, where is that last player? They're going to pick him up as well, Monkey. So they've just completely got the way out of George. Have left it for them 2 teams to fight on themselves. And I like that. This is the second time now. We did say we expect to see a bit more passive game.
I think Kai from Euronics is about to check out this building. Now, Dave is actually in there already. Dave, now I remember Dave landed quite a lot of kills previously. Yeah, Dave's just looking at him. He's on the balcony.
Where's this?
Just gotta look behind him, Dave. Crazy Dave, look behind you, son. Now he's taking the shots and he gets the tag on Kai, knocks him and kills him. So that is someone from Euronics down already. Dave the Crazy. I remember him taking a lot of shots in the Azanaya in the previous round, so that's why his name came up. So Euronics down 1 man.
Yeah, Euronics down in 7th and actually back from Zaki up in 5th, so that helps them out on their position at least. 2 very close teams. Again, kind of, when you're down in 7th, you don't want to be losing these early fights, giving away silly deaths. This is the kind of the product of what happens when you go off looting on your own. Sometimes you will find a guy that likes to drive out. You know, we see time and time again, teams will drop, they'll grab a car, they'll just get the hell out of Dodge, and they'll just go off and do their own thing. That's kind of how people are playing this at the moment. Now, I'm seeing bullets flying down in Milta. Looks like someone's already going to fall. Delaros knocks out 1 player. We've got an SMG in hand, straight down the barrel. UMP takes him out with the AKM. Also, his teammate now, I'm looking at a different player here. We're going to see an Uzi with a silencer. 1 player will fall. The remaining 3 that are left down here, they do have ARs between them, I believe. One of them's going to put his gun away and get the hell out of there. They don't want to take this fight. 2 of them will take the level 3 building. We've got a minute and we've got an AKM in sight. Do we have any gear on them, though? Let's take a quick peek.
I think they're just going to back out. They're going Milta Power, aren't they? They're just going to get out of that.
Yeah, it's not great gear. I'm seeing level 1 helmets. Do you have a level 1 as well? You do. In fact, you have a level 3, but you have a level 1 chest. It's a nice level 3 helmet. If they get some kind of sniper rifle or a mini with a long-term scope, they want to be giving it to that player, or at least chuck the helmet along to somebody else. Green, though, pressing the advantage, is just being the anchor. The reason they can't move anyway is because they do have an SKS player just watching. Wacko's dead, though. I've just seen that in the kill feed. Wacko's gone down, so unfortunately, Big have already lost a player.
Where is that? Let's have a look. I thought they dropped. They had dropped. They dropped into Severny. I don't. Who just killed them? I don't know what and where. So Wacko from G2. Where are G2? G2, Yasnaya. Okay, Yasnaya. It's all going on over there.
Sorry, I said big. G2.
You did say big. Yeah, exactly. You threw me because I was looking up north. I was like, well, bigger up there.
I was looking at big at the same time as seeing that in the kill feed. That's my mistake.
So where?
They're losing again.
So where was he? So I mean, they're spread out a lot. Like Clayton, Tyrone. I don't actually know.
He's just outside.
Oh, he's in prison. Was he in prison?
I think he's on the floor just below. Look at the building. He's just below them on the floor. There's a few.
I'm having a look around. Did he move into Yasnaya? I don't know.
Oh, well, we missed that one. Either way, they're going to be down a man, and that's not great as we move forward in this game. The people that we saw move away from Raws, they found themselves down in Atlanta, Swatertown, whatever you want to call it. The team that they were going up against is now pressing the advantage. They're moving into them. We'll see how this one pans out, see if they can actually look across and catch any glimpse of them. Meanwhile, one team, 3 vehicles between them. They're going past the yellow houses. They're getting tagged up, though. 1 player, 2 players, in fact, just absolutely laying down thunder upon them.
That's M249.
249 again. What it'll do to a vehicle is absolutely blow it to bits should you get enough time on it. But it looks like they have got away quite luckily with their own life there.
But they're also taking shots. Fudan, is he on a different squad? Or is he the same squad? Either way.
Ooh,
no, he's the same squad, but he's taking a lot of shots. So all these squads trying to group together, but taking a hell of a lot of shots. That was AAA that were taking the shots as well. Fudan, very lucky to survive there, it seems. His level 3 helmet maybe keeping him alive, but they've managed to get successfully into the garage complex there, so they are safe for now in the circle as things start to move. Let's have a look around. We can see that G2 have got themselves together. Now, Clayton is Fantasy. Tyrone, I believe, is Steven, which is really tricky when they don't use the same name. Velen coming in behind him. Now, is Clayton going to set up for this? Because Velen's following another team in behind. And I'm seeing Steve is set up. Okay, so Steve's set up for this one, I think. I think the information's come across. Are they going to try and take shots? Yep, they're coming straight towards him. He is going to take shots. Fantasy also there, so they'd set up that nice one. But that is a squad wipe right there, I believe. One last man. There we go.
See you later, my friends.
That was really nice. I mean, that's obviously showing exactly why these top teams use this tactic of multiple vehicles, scouts, etc. And that was just simply Velen following him behind them. Just like, yep, there's a Dacia, full squad coming in, straight towards you, getting in a position, they're going to come towards you now. And the two of them just light them up the second they come around that corner.
And more importantly, it'll hand the 249 over, should one of those want to pick it up.
And
into
important
the hands
kills.
of G2.
I mean, G2 were 3rd place at the moment. They obviously want to guarantee themselves that top 5 finish to get into round 2 tomorrow. It's starting to get crunch time. And let's keep looking at BIG. Let's have a look at them. They've moved down. They were in Severny, and now they're down into these little complex down here. They're well inside the circle, but how looted are they? Let's have a look. Hudge G, shotgun. I mean, shotgun can be useful for later rounds or building sieges, which we saw obviously Yasnaya. I think a few of them probably would have been happy to have a shotgun there. Feck, he's got himself an AKM and Scar L. Only level 1 Vesto I think I saw there, and a level 2 Helm. Hudge G, I've already looked at Hudge G, so I don't want to look at Daz. Daz, okay, also level 2 Helm. He's gone for the SMG route. And a Thompson for Tony Zosa. We actually see Thompson's one of those weird weapons, right? Sometimes you see people doing so well with it, but I just can't use it myself at all.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to third person it, to be honest with you. That's kind of the only way
like
really
crazy,
of using it. Yeah, crouch down, hold your right trigger, and rather than just scope in with it or iron sight it, just kind of over the shoulder peek with it and try and get a few shots. Again, it's using 45 ammo, which isn't the best bullets in the game. Me personally, not a fan of it. If there's nothing else around, I'll pick it up. But as soon as I find an AR or even a shotgun, well, not necessarily a shotgun, but something better,
there's trouble. There's trouble brewing. There's trouble brewing. Look at the west side, east side of Pachinki.
Oh,
so many vehicles all coming in to the same area, and it's Tony, isn't it? It's Tony's team, or whatever they're called.
So we've got Mighty Mellor and Danston who will be approached as well. It's going to be Euronics Gaming. They are actually going to be driving smack bang into AAA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, AAA off to the left-hand side as well. So are they? They're either going to just get
Look at
hot
this
shots
slate.
past.
4 teams.
That's G2 in that race as well. G2 are in there. Is Pitta going to get on the... I'm going to look at Pitta. Is he going to go over this ledge in time? I think G2 are just about to pass as Pitta gets there.
Shadow and the boys, they're starting to let rip. They're going to push one team back. Potty will knock out Jonty. If he gets the kill on that, that'll be 10 points bagged for his team. They're punching out the windows now. Down here, I'm still looking at AAA. Just making sure they've got line of sight on the guys over from Euronics Gaming, Dance and Mighty Mellow and Ali. We've got an AK, an M4 and an M16 between them. Do they have much gear on them? We got level 2, level 2. We also got another level 2, level 1 on the helmet, unfortunately. And level 2, level 1 chest.
Big fight. It is Ducks Fly Together and North. They have a squad up behind them. Let me get over to them. Ducks Fly, he's already very low.
Yep, he's forced to push back. You can see the shotgun coming out just for any close quarters engagements. All of his teammates do have... We got a new MP if you want to get up close and personal. Same thing with the shotgun. They don't really know what else they can do. His teammate's going to give him some covering fire. The smoke comes down. We'll be able to survive that one.
Oh, G2 taking hits as well. Mr. Waco just been dealt with by Steve, I believe.
Steve or Fantasy, one of them.
It's Steve. Steve, definitely Steve. Clayton is Fantasy. I'm 100% been told by the man himself.
Potty at least gets the first aid off, so they'll be able to get back inside. We'll see where this plane drops, see if it's going to land a care package on anybody. For that team right there, they're still in the circle. The next one will probably also be in the circle, but there's another team approaching from the hillside. They're moving down behind them as well. We're about to see several squads here all cramp up together. They've managed to tag one. Cutson has to hide, but they now know that they have to go and get him back up.
Pitta's on his own for this team as well.
Concerned who wants to go and do the job.
Sleazy G's just killed himself with a vehicle explosion. That's not what you want in a squad game. G2, lots of fire going on. G2, tell a lie, it's not, it's big. I got confused as well myself this time. It's Daz. Daz doing the firing. He's managed to knock one, but he's taking a lot of hits himself. He's got to get the hell out of Dodge. He gets knocked. Who knocked him? Pitta's also taking shots. He's down the side. Feck's still in there. So this is a full-on open engagement. Fairly open territory. Tony Sosa taking the shots as well. Pitta has been down and killed. That's just off to the right-hand side. These guys are all pretty close together, you know.
Yeah, they've got to work together, though, to get these players up. At the moment, we've still got one down. That's going to be press up. They can probably just leave him to bleed out, to be honest with these teammates are so far away. They do have a vehicle, but I very much doubt you will be able to get that far up the hill without just getting massacred. Tony now pushing back, so they could really go and get him up if they wanted to, but again, they do have another team just to their left-hand side. 2 players in 2 buildings spread across 2. We've got an SKS.
Push going on. It's the building back with North. North and Potty, they've decided to come out of the buildings, and I'm not sure that's the right choice. They tried to push up on them. Potty's now making the move. Kudsan, the only man standing. Jonty out the back. He's very low. Duck's going to try and push on. Ducks gets taken down. The UMP not pushes around. Second last man is Jonty. Jonty behind them. Oh, he could have gone superhero for his team, but North and Potty will survive. And the rest of his team have been taken down, so they're down to a 2-man now. But they will come out on top in that battle. Now, while that was all happening, there's another squad just to the left of them watching it all play out. So we've got to be careful they don't run into that. Big just picked up another kill. So Dad's going to kill that. Remember, Big need to finish very high up in this game to get themselves a decent finish.
If we just look, if you look down at Gatka and you look at the V junction, how many teams are still stationed around that area? You've got 1, 2, 3 across all 3 sets of buildings. In fact, 4. Everyone's just starting to sit kind of central circle, get themselves camped down in a building and ready to take these battles as they come. The next circle is going to kind of dictate how this game goes. It's going to push people into one another. It's going to force a movement, force rotations. At the moment, we just kind of need to sit back, see how this one plays out. We do see General popping off at 2 players over in the big compound just across the bridge outside of Georgia Paul.
Yeah, long range shots there, I think. LMX with a 8 times and a Kar 98, so could certainly land the shots.
One of them almost just got his face ripped off upstairs. Kira just banking outside the doorway. He's got an 8 times scope on the Mini as well, so he can dink, dink, dink if he really wants. So that Mini's so powerful. The kickback is It's not a great deal, to be honest with you. You can just tag people from such a great distance. It's a fantastic weapon.
Look at the circle update. This is going to make things very interesting, especially the left side of Pachinki. There's going to be a lot of action here. And remember, AAA are inside just on that ledge. So vehicles, everybody mounting up and making a move. Velen just took shots. Velen just took shots there. He's drawing the fire. And I think once again, Fantasy and Steve are going to be the people to try and draw them. But missing. No, he's taking a bunch of shots. Not going to land them, though. Let's have a look towards AAA.
Still keeping that compound squad locked in, because now they're outside the circle. They know they have to come to them. The vehicles are going straight through the middle of the map. They're trying to find some open ground, look for a few people to try and take an empty compound. That's what they're scouting out now. They find themselves one. They're going to get the foot in on there. Also see Clayton in the vehicle. So G2 are going to start to move. We do see bullets coming through thick and fast on the top end, though. Those two cars that did just pull up Velen, he's calling for help. He needs his teammates to turn up rather quickly. If they don't, he's a one-man band taking on 4. He's got inside the vehicle and he's just ducking right now. Trying to get between 2, which he has done. He hasn't flipped it. He's just backing out. He's like, nope, I am gone. See you later, boys. I'm not taking this fight.
His team is coming in. Fantasy now coming in the buggy. No, I think they've just decided, like you say, I think they've decided not to take the fight. They've gone the opposite direction. So they are very spread at the moment. Clayton's got one on him. So Fantasy actually has Potty. There's a cross between games, isn't there? Ex-CS man and ex-COD man meeting out here in PUBG.
He just knocked someone out as you're saying that. Straight out of the car. He just banked him straight out of the vehicle that drove by. That's the team that's been sat outside. I believe they came from Millibase, potentially. They've come from quite some distance. They drove straight past him. He just absolutely nailed them. The same car, though. Again, it's a gauntlet. They're running through all these different players. They're just getting massacred themselves. And now all of a sudden, the players that are coming in from Ruins, they're just targeting people down. 1, 2, 3 will drop there. And all this is kicking off.
Yeah, Velen taking shots.
Smashes the vehicle.
Velen taking shots as well. He's obviously separated at the moment. Steve and Fantasy back together. Velen still not with them. So G2 playing a very split strategy. I don't know whether they realise that Noth and Potty are still in those yellow buildings right next to them. I mean, you've got to assume they know.
You've got to give credit to Valen there. You saw what Fantasy did. He lit up the vehicle, it drove towards Valen, he finished it off, he just bagged himself a couple more kills. Now we see AAA starting to take effect here. Monkey takes out one, that's going to be Flodus who will drop. Mini 14 does its work. Java also answers back with the K98, that's Harax Hayes. Moisey comes back onto Flood again with the AKM, he's dead, another player is eliminated from the competition. And all of a sudden, this is all piling up. This circle is crunching these players together. It doesn't matter where they go. There's nowhere to hide. If you're on the edge of the circle, you're going to get killed. Nobody really wants to go center circle yet. There's only a few buildings there. 1, 2, 3 rosters. They're all tanked in the middle. Because if you try and go there, you're just going to get murdered.
Well, you mentioned it. The Jellyfish is in that situation right now. Like, in the middle of a field, and he's getting shot from about 4 different angles. There's no chance. Finally, we'll get down. There we go. Who's gonna take the kill? It's just like a crossfire on him right now on the mini-map.
That's going to be Parliament, who will add another 10 points to his team by finishing the deal on that one. Valen needs to be careful, though, Lee. If you look above him, he's actually got a squad that will be coming down upon him very, very soon. Let's take a look at his position. Does he have much cover? No, he doesn't. He's actually out in the open. So if they somehow manage to spot him, that's an easy free 10 points.
Yeah, it's BIG in the building to his right, and like you say, General and Co. Oh, but Velen's actually the circle. Oh my God.
Oh,
okay, we got a lot of movement going to happen here. There's shots in Ruins as well.
The one important thing we have to note here: top end of the circle, up north. There's not a lot of people there apart from Hip High. If you look at him up on the coastline, this team that is now creeping onto Georgia Ball Hill has just been given a God circle. That's incredible.
Yeah, they're going to be in a perfect position. Moyes trying to move in. He's getting shots. He's very much in the open. He's not long in this world. If I can switch away from him in free cam, it would be nice because he's going to die in a minute. I don't want to go sideways to spin around. There's shots rattling just about everywhere. Look at the minimap. It's being lit up. I don't know where to look up. It's AAA. They've got G2 behind them. Shadow gets down. Shift gets down. Morris just out of nowhere. Downs both of them. He was on nothing. He's going to get down himself. And G2 have regrouped on the hill. Incredible. AAA losing 2 members just like that. The rest of the 2 remaining squad, they're still down. Can they get in and get the res on them? Monkey gonna come in.
They're out of petrol. They've got to kind of... There's not much left in this vehicle. As soon as he does, he's going to get dropped as well. Only 1 player now remains out of AAA. I'm not entirely sure where that bullet came from. I'm trying to have a look. I wasn't looking at the minimap at the time. It's actually coming from behind him. They're pushing the advantage here, Lee. They're just laying down upon them. This could be the end of AAA's run here. There's only 1 player remaining, and Daz is also taking a pop shot on him as well. This is incredible.
Tony Sosa's just been down by Fantasy, so BIG are running straight into them. That's AAA, surely going down. The last man, Monkey, is in the smoke. But now, BIG, who need to have a high finish, are running head on into G2. Now, Velen has been down. Tony Sosa is down. Feck is so low. He's stuck behind the tree. You can see Daz has managed to down Clayton. So that is Fantasy down. If I can switch my camera away... It is only Steve up for G2 and Daz up. Steve's taking the shots. Daz! Oh, he's been down. He's been down. The last man standing is not with the team. Where is he? It is... oh, Feck actually is just about alive. Hudge G on absolutely nothing. Steve has to get his team up. And Monkey, the only man standing for AA.
Yeah, and you know what? They're all running towards him. He's got to be careful. Look at Akor. He's diving straight into this. He can see the smoke. He knows someone's still alive here. He wants to seal the deal, but will he find the enemy? He's not looking. He's behind him on the floor. He doesn't actually see him. He's also got a mini out. He spots him in the head. He doesn't see him, and bang, he's gone. All of a sudden, AAA, they are eliminated from the competition. They are out. He didn't hear the footsteps because there was so much smoke around. Those smoke grenades, yes, fair enough. It hides your body, you can't see the players, but it also hides your footstep because of the noise.
Is Velen up? He is. Velen's been got back up. G2 back alive. Feck and Hud's G still alive from them, but now they realise there's someone above them. It's LNX. LNX goes silhouettes. Smoke down. Fantasy and Steve just ducking in and out. Velen has gone down, so there's only 2 members. Clayton getting tagged up. That is Fantasy down. And Steve once again, but he's bleeding out so fast, I don't think he's going to get to him. It's Hudge G doing work. Hudge G finishes off Fantasy. BIG picking up some very important kills. They need all they can get right now because they're in a dangerous, dangerous situation. Steve on the 4 kills. And, well, I mean, it's just the circle. The circle has pushed such a horrible, horrible position. Look at it right now. It is just a straight crossfire. Left, right, and center. Euronics are coming in behind someone as well.
Yep, everyone's dropping. They've just taken accidental down. 1, 2, 3 teams. They're going to hit Georgia Paul Hill. They spin around on a pinhead. They know where Euronics Gaming is, and now they're firing. They're just letting open rip. 1 player left, trying to get away from this one. If he dies, that's going to be another squad wipe, and Euronics will be out of the competition. Reds wants to finish the deal. We need to be careful of Wardax, though, just on the edge here. He's creeping on the circle. But as his team moves and advances forward, he's also got to be careful that we still got Feck over here. He's still just alive. They're still waiting to kind of accept it. Level 3 helmet, level 2 chest, AKM and scan. He's also found a dead body box, so he might be able to pick up some health as well. But he's getting tagged up.
Wardax just found the side effect there. Gets the shots in, manages to down him. Hudge G, the only man standing for BIG. Remember, they need to do well. But he's got Steve behind him from G2. He's got Wardax to his left. Feck has been downed. He's the only man standing. Hudge G is running straight towards Steve.
It wasn't actually the player he was shooting at. It was these guys that are still over in the yellows, just chilling, causing everyone a massacre of problems. Now we've got a battle, though, over on Georgia Paul Hill. Now we've got one team just raining down bullets from above. 1 player goes down. They're trying to hide out in the rocks, but unfortunately do have the high ground here. And they do have plenty of cover if they just want to bob and weave. The bullets come in. They ping off the side. All of a sudden, Prin, he has to back off for a second. Happy knocks out one. Happy kills another one. Hippie's been alive since the start of this, solo pretty much. And he's still getting kills with that mini.
If I could find him, I would. Wild. It's just popping left and right. So, BIG out, and as far as I can tell, I'm not even sure they're in the top 8. I think that is them out of the tournament. So, BIG, that's probably one of a decent upset there. Let's have a look back at Hippie. God damn, every time I try and select
him... He's still doing it!
Come on, Hippie! There he is! Oh! Commentator's curse. Like, as soon as I get on him, he gets downed by Founders. And Founders will finish him off.
He's just been running, I mean, the rest of his teammates were there, but he's kind of been running solo, moving up onto this George Hill. One-on-one battle, though. Elenix, K98 and a dream.
Look behind him, though. Look behind him.
I mean, no matter where he goes, everyone's creeping. This is This is where the circle's ending.
Fu Manchu comes over the brow of the hill, straight to LNX. LNX down. Fu Manchu finds him. Fantasy. Oh, sorry, Steve. Sorry, it's Tyrone, isn't it? He's just found another, but Tyrone goes down. Acor, that is G2 out. Now they finish in 5th place, I believe, which I believe should secure them. They were 3rd overall, so 5th place finish. That's probably decent enough points to see them through. Obviously, AAA were already up there, so they're in decent points now. So let's have a look. Who's in the best position? Obviously, Fu Manchu, his team are coming up, but look at this. Zenta and Dave the Crazy. These guys, they're the only full squad, and they're about to run straight into each other because, well, there's not really anywhere else to go on this hill.
Yeah, this is the back from Zaki roster. We said well, I was told before this, you need to kind of keep an eye on these guys, and I tell you what, they have not failed to deliver. All 4 members remaining. It all depends how you play this one. Do you hold your ground? They have the center of the circle here. They can stand the ground in these rocks. The only thing is about being crunched up so much like this, one grenade could cause you all sorts of problems. And they need to watch every single angle. They'll be better off taking the back of a circle somewhere. Because if you look at these 2 players creeping around, just on the outskirts, on the far side, coming up from George.
Look at Icor. Icor's making a full flank. So these guys are drawing the attention. Icor is on the full flank. He's in a perfect position. Lux is the only person spotting his way and playing spoiler is Founders. Founders and the BTV crew. These guys are the ones that could upset the apple cart. Icor's in a perfect position. If he can land his shot. He's got suppressed as well, UMP.
Can 98 though. It finds his face. He's down, and look at this. While all this battle's going on, we're seeing a flank coming. This is Fonda. He's stepping out. He's assessing the situation. He needs to decide what he wants to do, and I spoke about grenades earlier on. Now they're finding targets. 2 players at the bottom of the hill. That's going to be Meow and Prin. They can work up late game. Acor still last man standing for his roster, unless they're his teammates on the opposing side, which they might well be.
Yeah, Reds. He was the man that was doing the flank the whole time. He's trying to get up on the hill to do this flank.
If he pulls this off, this is going to be awesome, but he's got to be careful of those players right behind him.
Yeah, sneaking in out of the blue as well is Maeve and Pincock. They're the only 2 that are just like way down the hill, not involved in this fight at all. They could sneak in and get themselves a 2nd place here. Here we go. Oh, look at this right behind them. Gets Zenyatta, gets Dave down. Fon just on the side. Acor downs them both. Fon the only man standing for that team, but now he's fighting a 2nd crew. Fu Manchu pushes up. He's his teammate. Finds Fondas. BTV taken low. Has to get the reload. Reds gets Fondas down. And now, looking back down the hill. I mentioned it before. Maeve, Wow, and Pincock. They're just sitting out. They're down the hill. Let's have a look at their position. They're coming up perfectly behind Acor.
We've got to shout out that execution. Unfortunately, though, nothing else comes through as the last 2 remaining walking upside. The last man standing here. This is it. Can he take down crew? He needs to do it. Otherwise, the entire team is wiped. One-on-one battle. Super, super important. Meanwhile, Acor will be finally finished off. Can Fomau find crew? He's round the corner. Fon's there as well. He's having a peek. AKM in hand. How much gear do these guys have? Level 2, level 2. M4 in hand. Here comes the push.
He's trying to revive.
He's got the revive. Finds him. Knocks the guy that actually got him up. Now the player is completely tanked. 10 HP remaining. How do you play this one? Do you press it? Do you dive in? Or do you just hope and pray that someone else comes in and gets another kill?
Well, Maeve, Wow, and Fon, they're going to have to move up because they're outside the circle, aren't they? They're all just on it, and it's going to end right here, right on the edge. Nobody's going to have any cover on this next circle. Reds is going to get his teammate up. Fu Manchu's back. Fon was taken down. Maeve, Wow, and Pincock. They've probably got the best position, I would say, because they have that ridge. They have the ridge behind them. BTV crew, he's really only got one way to go now because the Blues pushed his back. So he's got to go around the right. So Fon's going to be his battle. It's almost a 1-on-1 and a 2-on-2. Two separate battles.
It is. It's 1-2, 1-2. So obviously you've got to believe that the teams with 2 players definitely have the
BTV crew making the move.
But it has to be, you have to listen. You have to pick your battles here and choose when the right time is to go. For these 2 solo players, you're looking for another team to drop. Kind of like what we saw Acor do, where he just waited and waited and said, all right, it's time for me to make my move. Will Fon spot crew, though? He's creeping around the corner. Has he seen him? Surely he must have seen him, and he's backed off.
He's pulled the pan out.
I mean, to be fair, holding the pan, it can block a bullet while you're holding it.
Okay, so there goes all the smokes. There goes the grenades. And Fon pushes out, finds the head. Fu Manchu, is he going to peek? That's the second. That's the chance. Everybody going to push forward. Pincock makes his move. He goes around the side, gets himself one. Does he realise that Fon is to his left? Finds a second. He does. And now the last man.
Fon's going for it. 1 versus 2. AKM in a dream. Comes over the top. Finds one. Is he going to do it? Is he going to pull a 1 versus 2? Prin's all tagged up. He's all kind of damaged. He doesn't manage to do it. He does come second. Ooh. Incredible work. Prin got the call out. Span around with the M4. And sealed the deal. We see, once again, things getting crazy lean. It's actually going to be the boys from Zaki, what we mentioned before, what we're told, back from Zaki, getting up there in second place. But once again, we have a new challenger at the top. Only 3 kills between them, but working together to secure that top spot.
And that's helped them. Back from Zaki were in 5th place before that. So they've, obviously, with a 2nd place finish, that's going to boost them right up there. G2 Esports, they were 3rd at the start of that. They got themselves a 5th place finish, so already looking good. Let's have a look around. AAA obviously didn't have a great finish there. All for us, who won the 2nd round, nowhere to be seen, honestly. Whereabouts were they? They are way down as far as I can tell. I didn't even see them. I've got to scroll down for them. They're out there somewhere. Let's have a look. Who else has done well? The company, Mr. Waco. No. So honestly, this last round has kind of thrown the whole seedings and standings from the last 2 rounds completely into disarray. It's going to be some very close points when this all gets updated.
The biggest shock for me here, Lee, is AAA, 0 kills amongst them and 12 players. So they've only bagged 60 points, and they didn't have a great game in the previous round. Where did they come?
But they were 150 points clear of 2nd place. So I think they should be safe because of that amazing, I think, 17 kill first round. Yeah. I think that's what's going to push them through. BIG, Big Clan, they're out. As far as I can tell, they are out because they had a poor finish in 9th place and they were already in 11th. So the points-wise, it's going to be completely against them. Fu Manchu and co, obviously, who just got 3rd place, they were down in 12th. They were just behind them, so that was a good finish for them. Where did the team that were first? Where were they? Let's have a quick search.
The team that were first was...
They were in... Oh, they were 2nd place, so that was all for us. Maeve Wow. Yeah, so they were 2nd. So actually, you know what? The guys that just won it, I think they're going to be the #1 seed from this group.
Wow.
Because they've had a 2nd place... No, they've had 2 first place finishes because they finished first in round 2. So they finished first in round 2 and 3.
That's... incredible. I did not see this one coming. A new challenger has entered the battlefield. I mean, credit where credit's due. You saw at the end, it was very close. It was very close when it all came down to it, all said and done. But I have no idea how this one's going to pan out. Honestly, you'll have to stay tuned to Twitter or in fact on PUBG, ESL Play, until all the scores are added up, because it's going to be close. In fact, all of these rounds are going to be close, and tomorrow is going to make for one spicy event.
Yeah, it's going to get tricky to follow all the action because everybody has their favourite player they want to see, and it's hard to try and follow the squads, players, etc. To keep up. I mean, this was a really nice finish. I like the nice mountain finishes like that. Obviously, it can get a little bit intense and crazy when it's the street battles. Effectively, can be very hard as a spectator. This was a bit more easy to follow, and it's nice to see surprises, I think, in there as well. Just getting a refresh on the page. No, it's not up yet. So next up, Rich, is about a 30-minute break, I would say, and then we're going into North America.
So we could see a little bit of different plays happening. It's going to be a late night, but I tell you what, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a very fun night. Guys, do not go anywhere. As I mentioned, you've got about a 30 to 40-minute break. Depends. I don't know how long it is before the sign-ups get closed and teams are ready to go and in the server, etc. Obviously, there's a lot of players that have to be put into servers, etc. From this position. So bear with us. But North America is starting up. It's going to be round 1. Obviously, we are going to be continuing Europe tomorrow. That will be at 12 p.m. Central European time, so lunchtime tomorrow. That will be round 2 and, of course, the finals. Round 2 is best of 3. Round 3, which is the finals, that's best of 5. That will be kicking off at 4 p.m. tomorrow. And, of course, that leads on. So we're moving on from Europe. We're moving into North America. We'll see you after the break.